Welcome back to Lost Legacies.
A Hidden City book opening production.
I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
Well, everybody, welcome back. We're talking about Andor, Season 2, Episode 7, Messenger. All right, Matt, tell me what'd you think?
It was good. It was definitely like a reset. I like how they use the like those bell or the steel thing, the noise for to indicate it's 1 year later.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's a nice shout out to season one.
Or callback a little
Callback, yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Which I was thinking about, like, I wonder what happened to Ferrex. Like what's the state of it now? You know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't know. But yeah, this was an interesting reset. I think this one more than the others, uh, kind of, it kind of hammers home the idea that like, okay, we're cutting things for time because there
Yeah.
was a lot of exposition in this episode, and it's stuff I would have really loved to see. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
everything with the kid, Will, right? Was that his name?
Woman, yeah.
Woman, yeah. Him. And I mean, he just looks taller. I know he was
Yeah.
only gone for like an episode or two, but man. So everything with him, Vel coming back and talking about how she's starting to get reckless. That's why they kind of pulled her in to be like it seems like an instructor or some kind of like leadership position right now with the
Yeah,
new
yeah.
recruits. And I'm like, man, I would have loved to see that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting, you know, if you compare it with season two of Arcane, where like they just try to cram so much into a short period of time. Andor's almost the opposite. They're like just cutting a lot of stuff, which I think is really good
Mm-hmm.
to fill out, or not to fill out, but just to fit into the season. And I'm like, oh man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
No,
yeah.
no, I'm on the same page as you because it's like last episode we had Cassian and Bix, fully like going out there, killing Dr. Gorse, blowing up stuff at Coruscant,
Hmm.
kind of at the behest of Luthen.
Hmm.
And now, one episode later, it feels like everybody's on the outs with Luthen,
Right.
Bex, Bix, Cassian, even Vel, and so it's like that's weird, like
Yeah.
and I guess it is a thing where it's like, yeah, if you're watching these in succession, and then you see the like, okay, yeah, well, last episode was pretty bad, Cinta
Hmm.
died, and all this stuff, but yeah, like I don't know, it does kind of beg the question, like, oh, I don't even know if it begs the question. It's just like I wish this was a longer show. I like
Yeah.
there's a lot, especially where it's like this episode feels more like a season one episode of like this is the reset that's about to start something else. So
Hmm.
we're not really putting a whole lot of stock in what's happening right now. It's like we're
Yeah.
we're we're building up to something else. Um, which I wanted to let's talk time.
Hmm.
This episode clocks in at 45 minutes 54 seconds.
Hmm.
I timed the intro recap, which is included in this time.
Hmm.
Uh it is 2 minutes and 30 seconds
Hmm.
for the recap. And then it's about half a minute for the opening. So with the logos, and then the title. And then we get the whole rest of the episode that is about 39 minutes long.
Hmm.
That's such a short episode.
Is that
Like,
is that including the end credits?
no.
Because the end credits are really long on the
That
show.
the end credits are like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really, we've got 39 minutes of storytelling. And
Hmm.
I'm like, there other episodes this season, last episode was clocking in at like 53 or
Hmm.
something like that, 57. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like that, like, not gonna lie, I was really enjoying this episode until I realized I think we're getting to the end of the episode, and then it ended.
Yeah.
And and truly, this kind of was the first time I felt like, the way you did, where it's like, why, it kind of
Yeah.
just let me feeling like I am enjoying this, but what's the point if this isn't going to even be a full episode?
And in season one, in not not defense of myself, in offense, in offense of myself, to counter my argument on season one doing that, at
Hmm.
least with season one, it's a slow burn. They're taking their time to build a story. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, so they're kind of building these overall, like these kind of larger stories. So ending the episodes in a weird way, it kind of makes sense because it's just one big story. You can't have a every episode end with a big twist because then you're just writing twists to have a like a for shock value and not so much for
Right.
story value. But
Right.
this season, it's like I feel like there's so much more that they can be giving us, like all these exposition stuff. Like you can instead of giving us exposition, you could build up on that a little bit.
Hmm.
So now I'm not saying that like I want exactly 42 minutes or give me 50 minutes. Like I don't care about the actual time. It just
Mm.
feels like in a show with this budget, like why are you having episodes that are under 40 minutes when content wise, I feel like there's so much that you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
agree.
so I don't know. I think this is the first episode in a long time where Cassian felt like the main character again.
Hmm.
I think it's the first time this season because I
Hmm.
always said like he was always on the sidelines participating in like someone else's story,
Hmm.
you know? And even though it takes the time to really focus on him and his journey, still, like last episode, he was just a participant in Bix's story.
Yeah.
And this is the first one where like things are seeming to revolve around him again, kind of like season one. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a shame that it took this long. It took half a season to get to this point. But yeah, it is cool. It is interesting. Um, I like the whole concept of the force healer. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow. And then like her healing him and like she's now like re-inspired. She's like, I thought I had lost it.
Hmm.
Like, oh dude.
Hmm.
That's all of that was really cool. It was really, really well done. Um, who was the guy who was like scolding them for leaving? Was he in Rogue One?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because he looks familiar.
He's one of like the generals that was
Mm,
part of, I think he's like Cassian's direct superior officer or
mm,
something like that
mm,
by Rogue One. Um so yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna be in more episodes, and then
yeah.
we'll get to see more of that relationship. It's interesting though how like this is this is our first time seeing like the organized rebellion, you
Right.
know? And it's also interesting how it kind of feels like Luthen isn't involved in this.
Yeah, yeah. And I kind of thought he would be instrumental in bringing everyone together,
Yeah.
and this is the first time we haven't seen him in an episode in a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, yeah, I don't know. That's something I would have really liked to see because again, I don't think we have a definitive in canon explanation in canon or in the expanded universe of how all the separate rebellions unite.
Hmm.
Like in the shows and in the EU, they have several events. That's why I bring it up. So like if there was just one of it, it'll be like, oh, this is the first time they're actually joined together as a rebellion. But no,
Hmm.
like there's several moments like that. So like I'm kind of wondering like what was the catalyst? Like I guess we're not going to see that. That was something I was kind of hoping for because that's what Luthen was fighting for,
Yeah.
that unity. And now we're starting to see it, but none of our characters were really involved in it. So I was like, all right, well, okay. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what happens when you have to cram all this storyline into one season.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
yeah. So, but what else happened on Yavin? Um,
Uh,
it wasn't much. It was a lot of character stuff, which I really liked.
yeah. That
Um,
was that was kind of it because, I mean, we definitely like the Force healer coming in and like healing Cassian, but then also telling Bix that, you know, there are a lot of people who carry the past,
hmm
like carry that with them.
hmm
There are very few who carry something else, and she calls Cassian a messenger, and like having that there, and then in the scene after where Bix and Cassian are talking about, all of this and what it all means. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just like it's really good character stuff, and it really like grounds the entire concept, I think, of like the Force
hmm
to regular people, you
hmm
know? Because, in all the movies, like we just assume everybody accepts the Force as like, yeah, a real thing, maybe, except for Han,
Yeah.
but that's kind of like it's kind of hard to like negate that when, the guy leading the rebellion, for 3 movies, has force powers and has a lightsaber and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I don't know, it was just really nice to see, like, because it's not even really about just like faith. It's more just like belief.
hmm
Like how far does your belief extend to, you know superstition, or whatever it is that you believe in, and what what you're told and what you feel
hmm
personally. And yeah, I don't know, I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of conflicted on my feelings with Andor because it's like he keeps kind of like trying to shrug off the leader side of it, the leadership part of it, but also like he has such an issue with Luthen's perspective. He said like this is what Luthen wants. He wants people to hurt. He wants this damage and bad things to happen. And it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
like we know his perspective on it, and it's a radical one, but he's not wrong.
Hmm.
And like whereas Cassian, I feel like kind of fighting more for the individual, the people, he doesn't want to see that happen to anyone. But at the
Hmm.
same time, like he's not really offering us any alternative,
Yeah.
which is kind of ironic because he tells the kid, "Do you want to fight or do you want to win?" And I feel like that's exactly what Cassian's doing. He's fighting, but he's
Hmm.
not winning,
Hmm.
because Luthen has the grand scheme. He has the whole playing field in his head, you know? And that's why he's the one making the calls and making the others sacrifice.
Yeah.
And whereas Cassian is just fighting the skirmishes and trying to like help everyone. And it's like, oh dude, oh man, it
Hmm.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a hard spot to be in, because, it I Luthen is sort of an idealist, but has all of the pragmatism.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I am building and seeing that future, that grand vision of the future. I have that. And the only way to do that is by doing this, the nuts and bolts, the
hmm
sacrifices,
hmm
all of that stuff. And that's interesting because it's like, yeah, and he's been called out on it so many times where it's like, yes, you have that vision. Yes, you know the cost, you know the score, but you're not the one that's actually in the shit.
Yeah.
You're not the one who's actually boots on the ground watching people that at least know, the people who are supposed to have your back. You're not there watching them die,
hmm
you know.
Or like even like the case of Gorman, where it's like you're talking about not just a rebel faction or an individual, you're talking about a whole planet of people.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what happens when the people you're fighting for are the ones who are going to face the consequence,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, oh man, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's crazy. I think I want to talk about Gorman because that kind of leads me into everything going on with there, you know, like we're talking about Cassian and Luthen having two completely different approaches to it, where it seems like kind of the head of the Gorman front is indecisive. They even call him that and
Hmm.
say he keeps changing his mind. I'm like, oh, dude, that's the absolute worst thing you can do,
Yeah.
you know? It's good to see, you know, all like the familiar faces, okay, like they're still alive, but then like the big guys with them now. And I
Yeah.
love what he says. He's like, this is what they're doing, you know, they're 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 trying to poison us, you know, split us. And he's like, we're gore. If they take that from us, then what's left to fight for? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, dude. It's like, yeah, man. I I'm kind of curious on what's happened in the last year with them as well, because we see that girl straight up slap Cyril. So I'm like, ooh.
Hmm.
I'm like, what happened there? Uh, is it just because he's ISB, or is it something more specific because like they were working with him, they were using him, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you know what happened? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm curious to see what's going on. I like how he's starting to flip just because of how in the dark he is, and also he feels like, what have we accomplished? We haven't accomplished anything.
Hmm.
Okay, so explain to me what's going on in Gorman because they keep talking about like something at the pier or whatever, like the boatyards blew up or something.
So from what it felt like there was an explosion at the shipyards.
Hmm.
They had all of these reporters reporting on it, but then Partagast and Deidre are talking about it. And what I think happened is that I think they staged that.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, because like the Gorman front isn't taking ownership of that or responsibility for it because that's part of what they're talking about,
Hmm.
you know. So and then that's what Cyril is talking to Deidre about is like like you can't be serious, this doesn't feel like something they would do.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, yeah, so they are
So they,
so ISB is instigating yeah, just sedition and chaos
yeah.
to and then spreading all that news out there, across the galaxy so that they can use it to put their task force, their brute
Yeah.
squad, whatever you want to call it, to put their troops on the ground to respond.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, especially because so Partagast started the conversation by saying that there's no other alternative. We have to go through with Gorman. We have to
Hmm.
go through with the gouge mining. Um, which which means that I think people are going to catch on to that pretty quickly. And I, yeah, I'm assuming that they're going to, all of those soldiers are now there so that they can just either force people off planet
Hmm.
or kill them.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
did they say? What are they getting from Corbin for mining?
Uh,
It's like that.
Calcite.
Yeah, and what is that
It's
used for?
it's a mineral substance that when it's refined, uh, they're going to use it to coat the lens, the lenses for the Death Star. So basically to
Mm-hmm.
allow the refined refraction so they could shoot its laser.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah. So of
Interesting.
course they're just like, yeah, this is kind of the thing that makes or breaks the Death Star.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
Damn.
Which I mean, we did already see that there is, an organized rebel front, but that also seems very, kind of in the weeds at some point. Cassian's able to like come and go as he pleases.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe whatever is about to happen on Gorman is the thing that is going to actually truly unite everyone,
Yeah.
you know?
I like how the guy, the concierge, recognized him.
Yes.
And he's like, got you the room, whatever, you remember the way,
Hmm.
and then he gives
Yeah,
him the
you'll
warning. He like, she will look it up or
turn in the
whatever,
list,
turn in
the
the
guest
list. I was
list.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and yeah, so I guess that's, we kind of glossed over that, but that's the whole reason why Cassian's on Gorman right now is to kill
yeah.
Deidre or Dedra. Um, which I just because it's this show, I'm like that's not happening. And
Yeah, I don't think so either.
that's gonna
Because
do more harm than good,
Yeah,
I
because
think.
also like I don't think it's not going to solve anything, and I'm like
Yeah.
I don't think that's how they would kill her off. Then again, with this show, who
You never
knows?
know. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I wonder, like she's so hard to read, and the actress is phenomenal. So I'm really curious on more of like her thoughts on it because is she desperate to leave as well, like Cyril? Because I like the even the way she grabs his face, at the end of the conversation, like, pack your bags, do what I told you, blah blah blah, and we'll be back in Coruscant soon. Is she just like done? She's like, I want to get out of here, or
Like
what?
it kind of feels like that because even Partagast has to tell her to like calm down.
Yeah,
And she's not even like
she's not even raising her
yeah,
voice.
she's not raising her voice. Like she was literally just like braced against the thing, like the
Yeah,
console, and then he's just like, calm down. And then she straightens her back and all
pardon my
changes her
language,
posture.
but what the heck are we doing? um,
What the frick is going on, man?
I don't like the flippant state of things. Um, yeah, and like. She even just seems like the fact that like this new squad, all in black, I'm calling them the Death Squad,
Hmm.
which I probably shouldn't because I think there is actually a Death Squad in the Empire. Um,
I think so,
I
yeah.
think there is, so maybe that's the wrong thing to call them.
Mm.
Um, the Death Squad.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, she's even calling out how they're so young and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, they look like kids. So she's definitely not approving of any of this. And I'm
Hmm.
like, oh man.
Hmm.
And you see, this is the thing. I'm like, I'm enjoying the show, but at the same time, I'm coming at it from like this meta context. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this the turn? Are we starting to see people turn? Because this is kind of the
Mm.
first time we're seeing that. Daedra, we kind of got a little bit like she hasn't wanted to do anything with Gorman this season, you
Hmm.
know. So like it kind of seems like she keeps they're pushing her closer and closer to just like turn her back on all this. And then this is the first time where we see like Cyril kind of flip. So
Hmm.
in my head, I'm like, okay, there's only 6 episodes left. Is this it? Was that the turn? Or is that just like the catalyst for something bigger happening?
Mm.
Instead of just like sitting back and enjoying it, I'm kind of thinking like, oh, huh. I would have liked to see more of why. Instead of just Cyril saying like, what have we done? What have we accomplished? I would have wanted to see more of his perspective.
Hmm.
Which I have a feeling we're gonna find out because we got to find out what that slap was. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I don't know. That's what sucks when you have a show that's canceled. You're still able to end it the way you wanted, but it's still canceled, and the fans know about it because now I'm like, was that it? Huh? Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess Jinx and Vi are cool now. In the span of one episode. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it
Yeah.
happens.
I definitely want to see the Veil address Cinta at some point, because it kind of sucks that they jumped a year. We don't really get to see that grieving process.
Hmm.
Again, I would have liked to see her start to become more reckless,
Hmm.
but you see, and Vel's one of those characters. She's not in Rogue One, so I'm like, okay, is she gonna die? Is this gonna be a show that leaves a bunch of characters alive and they're just out there in the Star Wars canon?
Mm, yeah,
Because as far as we know, Tony Gilroy is done with Star Wars. So
yeah.
are these characters ever going to come back in any form? Or are they all just going to get, is Cass going to be the only one to survive at the end? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
I did well, it's not necessarily a spoiler, but I did say it last time where Tony Gilroy talked about like a spin-off he would be interested in. So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know if that's telling me these characters are alive or it takes place somewhere within Andor. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, no.
Well, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
No, I think I had it spoiled now that I think about it.
I think you
Which
did. Yeah.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, for the audiences then, we won't bring it up until we finish the season. But I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't realize it, but I think I know who survives. Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So having that, and then I know of at least like another character that makes it out. So I'm like, well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wonder. I wonder what'll happen.
Yeah.
You know, maybe nothing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We'll see.
mhm.
Let me see what else happened in this episode.
uh, Mon got a very interesting scene with the Gorman senator,
Yeah.
where he was basically just saying like, "There's nothing to be done," and I just want to thank you for standing up for us, for always standing up for us.
I'm like, this guy's gonna do something.
Uh, Maybe, or something's gonna happen to him. Like, I don't know.
That's true too. I don't know, but like just the vibe I was left with was like this guy's either giving up and going back home
Hmm.
or he's doing something drastic because that's like to me in again we're talking about a show that like subverts 99% of the tropes.
Hmm.
Uh that kind of feels like something where it's just like it was like a goodbye scene. He was telling her
Yeah,
bye,
yeah.
and I don't know. Typically, when we see that, it's kind of like it's not like I know I'm gonna die. The vibe I got is just like I'm about to do something bad. I'm gonna blow up the Senate or something,
Oh, geez.
and
Yeah.
hopefully you're not there. Something like I don't know. It was that kind of speech, a concession of life.
Mm.
Like I'm going down in a blaze of glory here. And I was like, oh no. So also kind of funny. They still haven't mentioned Tay
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
So yeah,
He's dead, man. He's dead
yeah.
at the bottom of a valley.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
kind of wonder if Mon's gonna bring it up at some point or
Oh, maybe it's just kind of like, what is there to bring up?
well,
She had a crash out at a wedding, and upon knowing that, like, pretty sure this guy I've known most of my life is about to be killed because
right.
it'll keep me safe.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I want to see that struggle with her though.
yeah.
Like I like that we saw her struggling with Luthen and like the horrors of what he's done, in the name of a rebellion,
Hmm.
and it wasn't sitting right with her. That was 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago by this point. I
Yeah.
want to see where she's at now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Post being complicit in Tay's death.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
I don't know. It's yeah.
I'm also assuming like the daughter's fine, the kids, because like they mentioned them at the party. They're like, oh yeah, they were blah blah blah. Have you seen the
Hmm.
kids? Oh, okay, real quick. But I'm like, okay, because remember, this whole time I thought they were all Gorman. I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna die. They're gonna get smushed by a spaceship.
Oh, that
Uh,
already happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I am curious because Mon Mothma ends up leading this rebellion in a
Hmm.
very public role. So it's
Hmm.
like, what happens to her daughter? Like,
Yeah, I
that
don't
would put a
know.
target on her, right? I'm like,
Yeah, you would think,
unless
yeah.
she's already dead. What's the Perrin?
Perrin.
Perrin? Yeah, unless they're already
Yeah.
dead. Like, I don't know. So I'm concerned now. I'm like, oh man. I feel like this was an easy one to discuss because there wasn't a lot, but it was some of it was really important. Other parts of it was just good character development. I love
Yeah.
seeing the relationship between the kid and Bix and Cass. Um, he definitely seems more of an equal now. You
Hmm.
know, like he's one of them. He's a rebel, even though Cassian still's like he's like the big brother now. You know, and
Yeah.
I really like that scene where they're laying into each other. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of good stuff in it, but it was just setting up for kind of what's next. Like,
Hmm.
okay, so and what's
I
next
did.
has me nervous.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I did like it was a really brief scene, but I really liked when both Cassian and Wilman are flying
Mm,
through like the countryside, through like the valleys
mhm,
of Gorman. And I don't know, like it was just really nice to see because like we're focused on Cass for like that first bit of it, and he's just flying. It's like this is nothing new, and then he just casually turns and like double takes at Will, and Will's like braced against the thing, and he's just like, yeah,
mhm.
yeah. 2,000 meters ahead, all this stuff. It's like you wanted to fly low. Like it was nice. It was a funny it was a very humanizing moment because
Yeah.
we have this kid who the last time we saw him was being fully radicalized by Saul Guerrero,
Hmm.
huffing and puffing, he's putting him on the Rhino. And Saul, come on, you got to be better than that.
Yeah.
Don't pass your addictions to other people. And then yeah, this whole episode he's been very stern, like he's hard, he's tough, like I've seen things, I know what Luthen really wants, and then it's like, yeah, but you're still a kid. In a lot of ways, you're still a kid, you
Hmm.
know. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Little ladies, man. I guess he's him and the French girl are making eyes at each other. I'm like, all
Uh-huh.
right.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
That man, love him and leave him. There's one in every port, huh?
Right? Yeah.
Man.
Oh man, the life of a rebel. Um, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen on Gorman, man. Like, cause so Empire is like they're trying to set it up one to show to kind of discredit the Gorman front, and make them just look like terrorists.
Mhm.
But they're also using it as justification for bringing in, more military and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm curious how it's gonna go down. Like, is the front, are they going to are they going to make some kind of slip up? Are they going to make some kind of mistake? Or is it at this point where it's just like, hey, it's coming. We're gonna, you either fight or you don't. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. The assassination attempt on Daedra, maybe that's the straw that breaks the space camel's back. Like,
It honestly might be, especially because like it just seems so dangerous. There's stormtroopers above Cassian's window, you
yeah.
know, and and ooh, very eerie. The first time we're on Gorman this episode, where it's the square, where
Hmm.
so many people were, and even by that point, the very first time we saw it this season, it's like, oh, there are people, like it's populated, but there's a lot of protesting, open
Yeah.
protesting. And this time there's a gate around the
Hmm.
memorial, and the square's filled with nothing but Imperials.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this is eerie. This like
Yeah.
yeah, what yeah. We keep saying it in the as we watch this show, and we knew it going in, but it's very eerie to watch this right now.
Yeah. And then especially on Coruscant, where they have all the security scanners now,
Mm-hmm.
people walking through the gates. I'm like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too real,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Like it's nuts. Um, I do like Mon's like assistant who's straight up now because she's like, I'm gonna file for a new driver. She's like, don't, they might send someone smart. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, better have the dumb lackey,
yeah,
who's very nonchalant about it. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, man. Oh. See, I wonder how if Vel's been to visit Mon, because what is in the last episode, I think she tells Luthen, she's like, I would like to see my cousin or something, you know. She says something to that effect, you know, and they're like, oh yes, everyone's busy, blah blah blah. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man, solid episode though. Looking forward with anticipation and anxiety of what's next.
Yeah,
So yeah.
me too.
Mhm.
And maybe we'll have all our questions answered next time when we talk about Andor, season 2, episode 8. Who are you? And I actually don't have a good description on this. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll be there.
Well, listeners, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with us again for another week. We really appreciate it.
I'll go ahead and say, so everyone, I hope you're ready. Spooky season is upon us
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because we're up to 2 episodes a week now. This Thursday, we're dropping our first spooky movie of the season. Sam, do you want to tell them what we're watching?
Sure. Uh, we're watching Nope.
Nope. Nope. I'm out. I'm out.
No, you're in. You have to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
in.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we'll be watching this Thursday.
Hmm.
So going forward, we're gonna have Andor's on Monday, and then Thursdays is gonna be our Halloween stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So tune in for that. Uh, watch it, hashtag your watch alongs with us, hashtag Lost Legacies.
Mhm.
We'll find it. We're on every platform. Yeah, and as of right now, I believe it's on Peacock for free. Uh, yeah, it might be on a couple of other places, but yeah, go watch it. Have a blast. If you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, go watch it again because it's been a while. And it's just a damn good movie. So hope you're all excited. And as always, you can find me on Instagram and Threads at Real. That's REEL Texas Weirdo.
And I'm on Instagram and Threads at Matthew Jimenez and BluSky at Holy. No, it's the opposite.
No, it's the other way.
I'm on Instagram and Threads at Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Yes.
And BluSky at Matthew Jimenez. There we
There
go.
you go.
That's
There
how
you
it
go.
is. Got it. I got it. It took me 5 years, but I got it.
Alrighty, well, we'll see you next time. And until then,
Fight
fight
the
the
Empire.
Empire.